Mike Perry reveals his game plan for his upcoming fight against Nate Diaz on the Ronda Rousey vs. Gina Carano card on Netflix.
I'm looking to go out and finish him within the 3 rounds. I think I'm one of the best and meanest guys in the clinch. I have some ideas and plans and some stuff I'm gonna utilize and use, because I'm probably gonna end up taking Nate down. The fight's gonna go in a scramble in the center. We're gonna throw some shots. It could be pointless to just stand there and just take his, but maybe I'd be down for something like that. But if we're in there and I get better body position, trip his leg, I take him down, end up half guard, side control, or guard, I gotta be prepared for that area. Watch out, arm bars, triangles, Kimuras, guillotines. I gotta look out and just kind of stay in a fighting position. I can say that because he's gonna know that has to be my game plan. I wanna hit him. That's how I win MMA fights. I land punches, and you know, Johnny Bones told me the trick to MMA, the secret is ground and pound. So I'm gonna have to be ready to land some ground and pound.
Charles Oliveira has responded to the criticism he has received for his fight against Max Holloway. Oliveira says it all boils down to jealousy. He said, "I came in to fight a guy that nobody had dominated, nobody had taken down. Everyone who took him down, he would hit the mat and get right back up and then go on to do what he does, point down with 10 seconds left and knock them out. I came into a fight where, with all due respect, I made it look easy. The best hands, the best kicks, I was the one landing. My ground game was flawless. He defended, sure, but my ground was impeccable. There wasn't a single moment where things got bad for me. I was the one who called him to the center and started landing. My hands got through. The only punch he landed hit my shoulder, and that's the one that threw me off balance. And I got criticized for not brawling. I got criticized for it being all ground. I got criticized saying it was a bad fight. I think when professional fighters say that was a bad fight, that's jealousy. To dominate a guy like Max Holloway for 5 rounds, which I think should have all been 10-8 rounds given the level of control, and then say I didn't stood and traded, I don't know what they want. For the next fight, I want them to tell me the game plan. What do you want me to do? Muay Thai, Judo, Kung Fu, surfing? What am I supposed to do so people are satisfied? Because if I go in there and win the fight, it's still not good enough. Then there's nothing I can do. But the most important thing is, the BMF champion is Charles Oliveira, Charles do Bronx. We brought a belt to Brazil that no Brazilian had ever won. So whether people like it or not, we're the champions." It appears Colby Covington is no longer on good terms with the UFC. Long known as a company man, Colby has recently taken several jabs at the promotion, possibly stemming from his absence on the White House card. He claimed that the UFC freezes fighters who turn down fights, pointing to Arman Tsarukyan as a current example.
The politics behind the UFC, I've heard you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't even pick the fights, and you just get a call and you just accept it.
Yeah.
So you have no say in what happens.
You have no say. You know, Hunter Campbell, who is like the UFC lawyer, he kind of just tells you what direction they're gonna go, and it's either you take it or leave it. So you don't really get a choice what you want to do.
They just leave you.
They just leave you. They ice you. They won't give you fights. They'll just let you sit out there. They'll say, hey, you turn down this fight. Now you're not gonna fight for the year. You're not gonna make money. They'll freeze you out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're forced to take whatever they give you, even if it's not a good move for your career, whatever it is.
Yeah, even if it's not a good move and you don't think you're getting paid what you deserve, it doesn't matter. They say, hey, you either accept it, be a company man, or we'll just ice you and you don't get a fight to make money.
I think Arman's getting iced right now?
He's definitely getting iced because he turned down the title fight. He pulled out on the week of the fight when the UFC was selling this pay-per-view, and then he's the main event and he pulls out.
Yeah, but a fight with him, especially with all the social media presence now, would go crazy.
It would, yeah.
Colby also revealed what he heard was the reason Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev isn't happening on the White House card. According to Colby, the fight fell through because Islam asked the UFC for too much money.
What do you think was the fight that fell through? Because I saw there's some footage of I think it was Hunter or whoever, they got a call.
I seen that.
Do you have any idea what that?
I heard it was Topuria Makhachev. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard Makhachev priced himself out. He asked for too much money and they couldn't get the deal done last minute.
The UFC's smart with money management, though.
Yeah, they're super smart.
Who do you think would win him and Islam?
I think he would beat Islam.
You think so?
I think so. I think he would outstrike. I think he'd outstrike him, and he's so short and center gravity to the ground. He's not going to be easy to take down.
Yeah.
So I think Islam would have fits trying to take him down. And look what happened when Islam fought Volkanovski the first fight. It was very close. He only won by 1 round, and you saw what Topuria did to Volkanovski. He knocked him out in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Alex Beheda dances while hitting pads before unloading a combo on Glover Teixeira.
Olha, porra! Não, tem que treinar, pô. Vamos deixar lá assim. Cowboy.
Alexander Volkanovski believes his fight IQ stacks up with John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, and Khabib Nurmagomedov.
If it was a pound for pound sort of stuff, you know, I would have loved to test myself again with the fight IQs of John Joneses and Demetrius Johnsons. If somehow we could make it you were the same weight and you had to fight these guys. There's some guys that would have been great. Khabib, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I could be a challenge for anybody. I feel like I can, wherever anyone's good, I can always take it somewhere else. So, yeah, there's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them.
Volk also addressed the idea that many fans leave Khabib out of the GOAT conversation due to his early retirement. While he disagrees with that take, he does believe that Islam's resume has now surpassed Khabib's.
Obviously, there's honorable mentions. You've got a Khabib over there as well. Khabib could have easily done it. I mean, you could just do it because the fact he was undefeated, but I don't care about undefeated. I care about who you fought. But the way he won as well was so dominant. That's why even though he doesn't have as good a resume as some of them, even Charles has got as many wins as him, but he's got other losses. But in saying that as well, Khabib was clearly dominant through them fights and didn't take much damage and looked much better than his opponents. So that's why I've still, even though I believe in resume heavily, he's still right up there because of how he did it. So I was literally, because I've already said the 5, I just think resume wise, I think Islam's got him resume 1.
So you guys remember the influencer boxer Deen the Great, who got slapped by Larry Wheels and then elbowed and dropped by Tiki Gosen? Well, he met King Green at Rampage's house last night, and Green immediately wanted to throw hands with him.
The Rampage. Nah, all that. I told him we can find out right now. We can do I got my gloves in the trunk. We'll find out right now. Let's give him a little. Let's give him something to see. Let's give him something to see. You know? I know the CD got a club.
I'm telling you something. Now shut your little up. Let me say, listen.
What's happening?
Listen, you want a real I know.
You know what it is.
I know.
You know what it is.
Ilia Topuria posted footage of him preparing to fight Justin Gaethje on the White House card. Jorge Masvidal says it's unfortunate that Justin Gaethje is the one facing Ilia Topuria on the White House card. Masvidal thinks Gaethje doesn't have much of a chance to win.
You guys know I've been talking about this fight for a while, that only should have got it made if they want to see a dead body. It sucks that the American representative they're going to send, I don't think has many chances, but it is fighting, so I could be wrong. You never know. I was wrong with my Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, but I just feel in this card, on this particular fight, the odds are very against Gaethje. You know, Gaethje is a game competitor. Man, he could take a hell of a shot. He could give a hell of a shot. He has good defensive wrestling. But all that being said, I think his style is tailor-made for somebody like Ilia. It's quicker, it's harder, and way more technical. Doesn't make the mistakes that Gaethje does. Is Gaethje, gets Homer Simpson and gets heavy-footed and starts to wobble around and eat a lot of shots to get a shot in. I think this is a very good fight for Ilia to showcase his dominance in the division and his pound-for-pound stake. I would see an early night for Gaethje, and I see Ilia getting his hand raised at all costs.
Lerone Murphy is expecting a 5-round war with Movsar Evloev at UFC London, but is aiming to secure a finish and hand Evloev his first professional loss. The winner of this fight is expected to challenge Alexander Volkanovski for the featherweight title next.
Oh, it's been good. Obviously trying to make weight now, so just trying to enjoy fight week as much as possible. Get to the fight. I can't wait for the fight. Literally, it's just another fight for me. Obviously, I understand that it's a title eliminator. It's a very important fight, but every fight's important to me, so I treated them all the same. For me, it was just reaffirming what I already knew I could do. I haven't pulled off for a while. I probably went 4 fights without a finish or whatever it was, but for me, it's just getting there and win anyway. But it's just a reaffirm that I can finish. I can knock people out. I knew I could do that. And sometimes you just need a dance partner to do that. Obviously, Pico was aggressive, come forward, so he gave me the opportunity. But yeah, like now I've tasted some blood again. I want some more, so yeah, I'll be looking for the finish. Obviously, I'm fighting Movsar Evloev, good fighter, never been beat before, tough, strong, durable as well. So I'm expecting a 5-round war, to be honest. I'm expecting a hard fight. I've trained hard, I've worked hard, and I'm ready to go. I'm excited. Perfect performance will be a finish, of course. A big KO, whatever way that comes, but that's a perfect performance for me, getting in and out. 5 rounds is a long time to fight, so in a perfect world, we get it done in the first round.
Islam Makhachev was covering his face in Mecca so people didn't recognize him.
Islam Makhachev, mashallah, Islam Makhachev.
Mike Perry versus Nate Diaz is set to go down on the Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano card on Netflix. On the Ariel Helwani show, Mike reveals this will be the biggest payday of his career.
As far as MMA is concerned, will this be your best payday?
Yeah, for sure.
Best payday of your career, period?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is huge. This is big for you.
Yeah, and next one's always the best one, man. This is the next one. I've been saying that. It's locked in. I've been saying that for 20 years, I swear. So, you know, next one's the best one. We always keep grinding, keep getting better, keep looking to be our best selves, and really show you guys what I can do. I mean, that highlight video I posted this morning is getting some traction. People, a lot of sharing it, you know, and I bring that intensity.
Aljamain Sterling believes Sean Strickland does have a chance of beating Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 328. He says it all comes down to whether Sean can get in Khamzat's head and frustrate him.
Here's what I think. Strickland is going to get in his head, force him to go crazy early on. His plan is to defend, get him tired, and then start to turn on the burners a little bit. I think that's what he's trying to do. Because on paper, for sure, Khamzat is the better fighter. Just overall package. Yeah, overall package. Like what Khamzat brings to the table, he takes you down, you cannot get up, and if he's not, normally he's finishing guys. Pause. But Strickland, very durable. I thought if anybody would be able to get to him would be Fluffy, but then Fluffy fought him all stand up for the most part. The few times he tried to get the takedown, he couldn't get it, and he kind of just reverted to, you know what, I'm just going to commit to the trading, and came up short. So I think Strickland has a really good chance, especially if he can get Khamzat frustrated and get him to fight outside of himself. Where, like the DDP fight, he took his time. He didn't give a who was booing. I'm just here to get my belt, collect my belt, and go home. I just think Strickland, if this keeps up and he can get into his head and convince him, I almost feel like he did that to Fluffy, saying, oh, I'm more Mexican than he is. I stand to fight. This guy takes guys down and humps their leg or whatever. I'm like, Fluffy then fought him that way, which was kind of, you know, so I think there's something to that. Either way, I think it's going to be a great fight.
John Jones has reacted to a video titled, How many of John Jones' wives does it take to beat John Jones?
How many of John Jones's wives does it take to beat John Jones? Let's find out. John Jones, 6'4", 240 pounds. Jesse Moses, his wife, 5'4", 130 pounds, 0 fighting experience. We all know John beats 1 Jesse. What about 3? Not even close. 10? Little harder, but still no problem. 20? Now things get tricky. He's working, goes down to 1 knee, gets back up, but it's not comfortable anymore. 25? They all rush at once. Jones is swinging, but there's too many. The weight wins. He's not getting up. 25 clones of his wife. That's what it takes to stop the GOAT.
John left a comment on that video saying, I'm literally laying here next to her laughing hysterically. You guys are bored, with a laughing crying emoji. Dustin Poirier appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience. He says he does not like how Justin Gaethje matches up with Ilia Topuria.
Dude, I love Justin. I'm a fan. I don't like this matchup for him.
Well, you know what? I mean, Justin knows what he's getting into, and it's hard to count that dude out. He's such an animal.
Yeah, he can land the shot, but...
And it's in the White House. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But that dude has the touch of death.
Joe and Dustin also discussed UFC fighter pay. Joe explains why he thinks the fighters deserve to get paid more.
Yeah, there's a weird, that sort of discussion about fighter pay. You know, I've always been of the opinion that fighters should be making more money, period. Because, like, the same way I feel about, like, the way I run my comedy club, the comedians make 80% of the money. Because I feel like that's who's you're paying to see. You're paying to see them. We make plenty of money, like, with drinks and 20% of the ticket sale. It's like, it's enough. Like, it should be, if we had a comedy club and there's no comedians, no one's coming, right? No one's gonna pay just to sit there and buy drinks. Like, the whole idea is they're paying to see someone's work. If you fight, that's what people are paying to see. They're paying to see fighters.
Without the fighters, there's no show. Without the comedians, there's no show. I understand. But I think the big thing with the discussion of fighter pay is the percentages.
Yes.
When you look at other major organizations like NFL, NBA, the percentages are so different.
Yeah, it's not good.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Patrick. It's in reference to Charles Oliveira's wife going off on Mauricio Hoofy. It says, more submissions than you have fights was cold, not gonna lie. The second one's from Savage Entertainment won the GOAT. It's in reference to Jorge Masvidal saying he thinks Ronda Rousey is on some demonology. It says Jorge should do an exorcism on Ronda Rousey. And the final one's from Everything Pablo. It's in reference to Alex Pereira signing a new 8-fight deal with the UFC. It says 8 fights sound crazy. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.